Hey everybody, we're going to talk about what I do for their oral care daily. I use the CET Vanilla Mint toothpaste for both Bisou and Paris. Paris was always nervous about me brushing her teeth. When I would go close to her face, she would pull back, especially if I tried to open her mouth. So here's a few things that I've done with her over time and gradually built up to use a toothbrush that may help you if your puppy or your dog is struggling to get their teeth brushed too on a daily basis. For starters, I use my finger. She can tolerate my finger versus anything coming towards her. If it was a toothbrush, she didn't like that, so she was able to deal with my finger a lot better. So what I would do is wet my finger, and I'd put just a tiny bit amount of the toothpaste on my finger. While the toothpaste was on my finger, I would open up the side of her mouth, one side, lifting her mustache hairs and pulling back with both my thumbs, and I'd insert my finger and start massaging her teeth. That was better than nothing at all. At least she was getting some kind of cleaning done. Next, when she was fine with that, what I used was a baby washcloth, the rough side. I'd wet that. Same thing, I'd put a little bit of the toothpaste on the edge of that, and I'd do the same exact motion. I'd open her mouth, holding that hair, and I'd work this in like it was a brush. When she was okay with that, and it took maybe about a month or two for each step. It took a while. After that, I ended up buying this baby silicone finger toothbrush because she was okay with having my finger in her mouth and she was okay with the feel of the cloth in her mouth. I thought I'd give this a try. So this is hers that I've kept over time. I don't use it any longer, but I wanted to show in the video. It slips over my finger just like this. Same thing. I'd wet it, put a little bit of the toothpaste on here, and she was okay with this. And I'd go in and scrub her little teeth. Rinse this and let it air dry before I put it away in a little zip bag. And now that I stayed using this for about a year, close to a year, because it has super soft bristles, but I wanted to have an actual toothbrush. I don't care for the pet toothbrushes, the way they're designed. So I went ahead and bought a child or a toddler size toothbrush that has soft bristles. Amazon or Babies R Us is where I tend to buy their toothbrushes. So she hasn't had her teeth brushed yet today, so I'll do this on camera to show you. Paris still fusses with me. We're working on that, so just please excuse that. I do understand it's not okay, but we're working with that whole situation. So she will fuss a little bit, but you'll see that she won't really pull away when the toothbrush comes to her. She'll let me do it, and she'll just kind of wiggle her head because she just hates having her teeth brushed. But, you know, it's hygiene and we need to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and wet this. And I'm running a little low on their toothpaste here. I have another one in the other room. So a very small amount. She has a hair. I do about that much. She's already fussing, so I take my hand under her chin so she knows it's coming. Go ahead and sit, Paris. Are you going to sit? Let's brush your teeth. Okay, here we go. So I separate and I slip the toothbrush right in, fold her cheek out, and I use gentle scrubbing motions. Whoops, come on. I'm trying not to get my head in the shot because normally my face is pretty close to hers. And I just work the toothpaste in. I like to rinse off their toothbrush in between, just in case she has any food particles or anything yucky. And I repeat on the other side, so just very little. I don't fill the whole toothbrush with toothpaste, just enough to get it clean. Since I do this every day, I'm not that worried about how well I'm scrubbing each individual tooth. Because I do it every day, it's okay, and I know that I'm going to get that tooth if I miss something. So now I'm going to work on the other side. So she's going to wiggle a little bit. Holding her cheek out to make sure no hair gets in there. And normally she is sitting, she's not laying down like this. I'm just letting that go because I'm trying to film. So I'm not fighting with her, I'm just letting her lay. But she is normally sitting up. So we're going to switch to Bisou so you can see how I do Bisou. And of course Bisou's always well behaved, so you'll get a better look at how I can hold the hair and the cheek out. And I have these covers on their toothbrushes. Paris's has pink and Bisou has the blue. So with Bisou, I was very lucky. I didn't have to use my finger or the washcloth or the little finger toothbrush. Bisou was okay with me going straight to the toothbrush, unlike Paris. Oops, sorry, B. It's the same thing, very little on her toothbrush. And as you can see, we have not done a face wash just yet. This is the first thing we do is brush teeth, and her hair is all over the place. So I start separating her hair from her mouth, top and bottom, using my thumbs until I can see her teeth. And I slide that toothbrush right towards the back, and I grab most of her hair and cheek open so I can see what I'm doing. Sometimes from the bottom it's better. As she opens her mouth, I move that toothbrush up across those top row of teeth, and then I'll move the toothbrush down. But when I start, it goes on side of her cheek this way, and sometimes I'll wiggle the toothbrush this way, or I'll leave it there and she'll chew on it, and that also gets a good brushing. But for the most part, I start this way, and when she opens her mouth a little bit wider like that, I'll sneak that toothbrush facing up, scrub those teeth so I can get the inside, and then the same thing, I'll flip the toothbrush down and grab those bottom teeth. Now for now, I do not do the very, very front teeth in the right here. I have a hard time getting that. Every now and then I'll try to slip the toothbrush there, but it's not something that I focus on. So moving on to her other side. Just a couple of minutes, or a couple of seconds. I don't really focus on her, on how long I'm doing it. It's just enough to kind of get it foamy and that I know that I cleaned her teeth. And that's what we do every morning. If I miss it in the morning and I'm rushing, I'll just do it at night or at some point in the day. But I like to try not to skip a day. I do it every day. And when they go to the vet, he checks their teeth, and I have not been told that they needed to have a dental done to this date. So I find it works. I really like the brand of CET and the scent Vanilla Mint. Their breath is fresh. Their teeth aren't plaquey. So I find it works, and it's just something we've been doing. So I hope it's helpful for you to start brushing your puppy's teeth. And if you had trouble with them, I hope at least my tip with using just your finger and then gradually building up into using other things helps you into getting to use a toothbrush with them as well. Are you chewing on your bone? You chewing on your bones? Yeah? Good. I'm showing everybody how you chew on your bones. Are you waiting your turn to get brushed out? Yeah.